Irish pride in the Poconos, where to say sláinte and celebrate St. Patrick's Day any time of the year. Plus, a look at 2 St. Patrick's parades you won't want to miss this month, a behind-the-scenes tour of this luxury hotel opening soon, and getting on horseback for a true winter adventure.
A Pocono Perspective with the historic French Manor and the family at the helm. The rare bronze bell that will be unveiled later this year to honor the history of the United States and the Silk Mill. Chatting on the chairlifts at Camelback Resort. Plus, the music venue's gearing up for a season of shows in the Poconos and venturing around charming and historic Milford. Coming up on the March edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine.
Hi everyone, welcome to the March edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine. We have so much in store for you this month. I'm Deanna Fontanez.
And I'm Brianna Strong.
And I'm Jim Hamill. And what better way to say Caad Milla Falcha, that's 100,000 welcomes in Gaelic, than pouring some Irish pints here at Siamsa, downtown Stroudsburg, where everyone's Irish.
And this is the perfect month to talk about Irish pride in the Poconos, including here throughout downtown Stroudsburg. We'll get to that in just a second, but first, sláinte!
This has the Trinity knot on it, and it's made in Dublin.
Paula Fitzpatrick shows us around her shop, Fitzpatrick's, in downtown Stroudsburg, with clothing, glassware, jewelry, foods, and knickknacks related to, you guessed it.
I have a little bit of everything and not a lot, but anything from Ireland, I think I have it. There's very few things from Ireland I don't have.
Paula moved from Ireland to the United States when she was 19. She eventually relocated again from Queens, New York to the Poconos.
The Poconos kind of does remind me of home because it's very green, you know, lots of trees and stuff like that, so I love it up here. And my husband just said, why don't you open up an Irish store? And I never done any kind of retail or anything like that, so I was like, I don't know. He encouraged me to open it up, and I did, and it's been running good for 20 years, you know.
That's right, Fitzpatrick's is celebrating 20 years in business. Paula says it's all about offering a personalized experience, going above and beyond for customers.
It's a real nice job because you get to actually speak to the people. It's not like a department store where people are in and out, whatever. You always have like 10 minutes to talk to someone.
Fitzpatrick's is one of several small businesses here in downtown Stroudsburg with Irish flair. There's also Finola's Irish Pub, Newberry's Yard of Ale, Flood's, and Siamsa. This Stroudsburg staple also opened in 2004, the same year as Fitzpatrick's.
20 years is a long time for a restaurant to be open, and we're really proud of that.
Siamsa resembles a traditional Irish pub. Even some furniture came from Ireland. Adding to the ambiance, this building is a former bank, and guests can dine in the vault area.
You're going to get your traditional Irish experience here, from a poured Guinness that's going to be better than any other Guinness you've ever gotten outside of Ireland. Your traditional Irish fare, shepherd's pie, fish and chips, bangers and mash, corned beef and cabbage. You can get those things at any time of the year. A traditional Irish breakfast is something that not many places will you find.
Owner Doug Gothrop enjoys sharing his Irish heritage with all who dine here.
There's a big Irish community in this area. We have the Pocono Irish American Club, which has a lot of members now. I think it's over 200 members at this point.
That club organizes the annual St. Patrick's Parade in Stroudsburg and East Stroudsburg, marching on for its 45th year and drawing in major crowds. The parade and St. Patrick's Day are like Siamsa's Super Bowl, and the restaurant almost missed out on that last year after a devastating pipe burst. But Doug and his team were determined to reopen in time and made it happen after 2 months of renovations.
And we had great support from everybody in the community. Everyone was rallying around us. Everybody was supporting us, getting us back open. And we really appreciated that. 2
businesses, 2 decades, and a little luck of the Irish on their side. With the Pocono Television Network, I'm Brianna Strunk. Check out those and other spots downtown during the 45th annual St. Patrick's Parade in Stroudsburg and East Stroudsburg on Sunday, March 24th. Can't make it in person? The Pocono Television Network has you covered. Join PTN and News 13 for live coverage of the parade beginning at 1 p.m. The parade steps off at 1:15. Visit PoconoTelevision.com for a live stream and to learn about all the ways to watch.
And for the first time, Milford is hosting a St. Patrick's Parade on St. Patty's Day, Sunday, March 17th. Lineup is at noon and parade kicks off at 1 p.m. The parade route winds through town along Broad Street, ending at St. Patrick's Church, with two pipe and drum bands, the Penn York Highlanders and the Scranton Black Diamonds Pipe Band. To find out more about the Milford St. Patrick's Parade, the inaugural Milford St. Patrick's Parade, head to stpatsparademilfordpa.com.
Come ride the creek with us, coming up on this episode of Pocono Mountains Magazine.
And we're back on the chairlifts, this time at Camelback Resort, chatting with some folks there who want to share a great story about the investments that are making a huge difference for all the guests who visit here, plus the mom who loves coming back year after year with her family to enjoy the slopes and the indoor water park.
Pocono Mountains Magazine will be right back, but first, let's check out how the Poconos have been making the news lately.
There's something special happening here in Honesdale, and you can see it's really very multi-generational. I thought it was really cool to go over to Arts earlier. By the way, I got these shoes at Arts, which I really like.
Governor Josh Shapiro visited Honesdale as part of his Main Street Matters tour across the Commonwealth. The governor stopped by shops including Gather and Runaway Train Brewery, touting the downtown revitalization efforts in Honesdale, which includes new streetscapes, and announced funding for various grant programs to benefit businesses in the downtown.
It's a winter season pass, but this is your Poconos pass. This is how you get to have fun all year at both Camelback and Blue.
As WNEP TV reports, 2 ski resorts have teamed up to offer unlimited skiing, snowboarding, and snow tubing at both locations. The Peak to Peak Poconos Pass for Blue Mountain Resort and Camelback Resort, both managed by KSL Resorts, is now on sale, granting access for the rest of this season and all of next. It also includes admission to Aquatopia Indoor Water Park, Camel Beach, Camelback Mountain Adventures, and seasonal activities at Blue Mountain. The earlier the pass is purchased, the less it costs.
This place has history. Been open since 1963.
And Camelback Resort took home some hardware from the Adrian Awards for hospitality marketing. The team won silver and bronze for the campaigns commemorating 60 years of Camelback, a digital homage to the resort's evolution, including old photos and videos from decades ago. Congrats to the team at Camelback.
Celebrate our great restaurant scene and our chefs that make it happen during Restaurant Week.
Enjoy.
The Pocono Mountains is the best when it comes to creative food and beverage. Why not try something new? Or sample our international flavors and mountain favorites. These are the most delicious weeks of the year. You just have to know when it is. Visit PoconoMountains.com.
He's trying to get people to know how to watch PTN.
This should be easy.
Uh-huh. He thinks that streaming happens in nature.
How do we sell PTN?
Cable?
Broadcast.
Newspaper.
Streaming?
Streaming, yeah. You can't stream a vacation, but you can stream PTN to plan a great one.
Find the PTN app everywhere that you are.
You know I love to take you on adventures all throughout the Poconos. Well, today I'm going to show you one you can do all year long. We're at Mountain Creek Riding Stable, and we're going to go on our winter ride. Come along. So who are we here with today? This is Sherlock. Hi, Sherlock. What sets you guys apart from other riding stables?
Well, we do have something to offer for everyone. We do the trail ride, we do private rides, that's great for proposals, anniversaries, we do birthday parties, we have a gift shop, and we do wagon rides, and we do special events for weddings, sweet 16. Children have to be 7 and 50 inches tall to go out on the trail, and our weight limit is 240 pounds. So if anybody does not qualify to do the trail ride, they can go out on the wagon. That runs every weekend. Those also can be booked on a private basis as well. Yeah, so that way everybody stays together.
So how long are the trails, and like how many trails do you guys have that you offer for guests?
Sure. Our trail rides are 45 to 50 minutes long. They are walking with some trotting. That's our group ride. Private rides, we do cater to all levels. Again, those are also 45 to 50 minutes in duration. We do allow walk, trot, and canter on those trails. And we ride every hour on the hour from 10 to 4 right now.
How many horses do you guys have?
We have 20 horses right now. In the summertime, we do lease extra horses. So this way we can accommodate more people and also to balance the workload for our boys. So in the summertime, I should have 32 horses.
Are they all boys?
Yep, they're all boys.
Oh, I love that. And I bet they all have their own personalities.
They do.
So what's your favorite season to ride?
Right now, actually, believe it or not.
I'm not gonna lie, I've done it in the summer and I'm really enjoying it in the winter. I love that you guys offer it all year long so that you get a different experience, a different view.
Yeah, it's nice to be open all year long. We do have a lot of families that actually ride with us in certain seasons, and then every now and then they show up in what would be their off season. So it's definitely neat, and the forest changes with each season, so it's always something new.
Yeah, I love that.
When you guys ride with us, especially if you like a trail guide or you fall in love with the horse, like say you love Toby.
Yeah, I do. I actually really do love Toby.
Yeah, he's a good boy. And
my buddy.
He likes to snuggle. But say you come back in the summertime and you want to ride Toby, as long as you book it in advance, you can make a request for your horse or your trail
for like a guide or a horse. That's perfect.
They are definitely our children. Yeah. We don't have a business if we don't have them. So all of our horses are very well cared for and spoiled. We pretty much try to accommodate all of their needs.
And you were mentioning you guys have a gift shop, so that's like perfect if you want to take something home after your ride.
Yeah, absolutely. I do actually make stuff on the side so people can have personalized items from the horse that they ride.
I love that.
So I do have horseshoes with their names on them, and I do some keychains with their mane or their tail.
That's awesome. If people want to check you guys out, they've never been here, never heard of you, where can they find you?
Online. Our website's www.mtcreekstable.com.
And are you guys on social media as well?
Yes.
All right, check them out there. Thank you again so much for having me today. I had such a blast. I'm definitely gonna come back at different seasons to like try it again.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, you did great. You were a natural.
Thank you. I'm Deanna Fontanez for the Pocono Television Network. We're gonna have a little more fun with Sherlock. All right, buddy.
Hey guys, Jim Hamill here with Pocono Television Network, and we are back for some chairlift chats here at Camelback Resort. I've got Molly Coneybeer here with me. She's with the marketing team here. We're about to hit up the Black Bear 6, the newest chairlift here, and it's pretty quick, so we're gonna have to do more than one chairlift ride, Molly.
Yeah, not enough time for a whole conversation, but a quick one.
Quick one, indeed. So let's go hit that up, and we'll see you guys at the top.
Let's do it.
Yo, this is Black Bear 6.
This is Black Bear 6?
This thing's fast. We're almost to the top already.
You better hurry up.
I know. This chat, though, I mean, we can span a couple other chairlifts here. You guys have plenty and many trails here. Camelback Resort is so unique, but you've had so many investments like this chairlift. This provides a lot of comfort. It's a 6-seater here, and it's even got a dome over top.
Absolutely, yeah. It moves our guests up the mountain faster, which means lift lines, they might look long sometimes on weekends. Sure. It's moving quick because this moves so many people. And it's awesome. This is high tech, this is state of the art, and it's something we're so excited to have here.
Back up the mountain, then back down, and we'll get on another chairlift to chat a little longer here with Molly Coneybeer. Thanks for taking us up Black Bear 6.
Absolutely. This is a sport, something to get you out of the house. And it's phenomenal. I love it.
Yeah, I picked it up around high school age. I didn't learn as a young kid, and now my kids are 10 and 6. I want to get them out here to realize just, what you can do in the winter in the Poconos. It doesn't mean that you just have to kind of be inside on screens. You could be out here on chairlifts, on boards, on skis, and there's a great kind of like family atmosphere up here at Camelback.
It is, and you can find it at a lot of mountains, but Camelback does a good job at it, especially over 60 years in the making here at Camelback, and there's a lot of heart and soul, at this mountain, and even for kids, 10 and 6 years old, if they just stay on some green trails and learn the ropes, just fun to explore, like look around, you can see little animals. Kids even just like stuff like that. They don't have to be shredding the moguls down double black. It's just fun to get outside and especially kids too, make some friends.
Yeah. Molly Coney Beer, couldn't have put it better myself on Chairlift Chats here on PTN. Thanks again for joining us.
Sir. Yeah.
All right.
Once we were finished chatting with Molly, we wanted to take a little chairlift ride with somebody who enjoys coming back to Camelback each and every year. So Abby is here with her family for a 3rd year running, and we caught up on the lift with her. Abby, where are you from?
Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania.
Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. That's on the west side?
Yes, about an hour away from Pittsburgh.
You guys have been coming to Camelback for a little while. What do you love about this place? It's a family place, right?
Yeah, it's so family friendly here. We love that you can stay right here in the hotel, easily walk to the slopes. We leave our boards and board check.
Perfect.
Right there, and then we can also walk to the water park, which our kids love as well.
That's the idea here about Camelback, right? I have kids 10 and 6. Yours is 4, right?
4 and 1.
And 1. You got a 1-year-old.
Yes, and he also snowboards.
Get out, that 1-year-old.
Yeah.
That's wild. But there's also like this dynamic thing about Camelback that you really can't find at other ski resorts, right?
No, this is the only one I know of, at least in Pennsylvania, that has skiing and snowboarding plus the water park.
You can catch Chairlift Chats in its entirety on Pocono Mountains Podcast and at PoconoTelevision.com. Jim Hamill for the Pocono Television Network.
A new kind of experience has arrived to the Pocono Mountains, and we're giving you a behind-the-scenes tour. Coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
From a new hotel to a historic silk mill, find out why a rare bronze bell to mark the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States will be located right here by the end of this year.
This edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine is presented by St. Luke's Monroe Campus and East Stroudsburg University.
Save the date for Empower, the leadership experience, returning to Kalahari Resorts and Conventions Thursday, April 25th. Join hundreds of women for this leadership conference featuring dynamic keynote speakers, a wellness studio, and more. Scan this QR code to register or visit ScrantonChamber.com.
In the Pocono Mountains, a new season is just around the corner.
And no matter what the season, there's always something exciting happening. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. The 4-season Pocono Mountains. Visit us at PoconoMountains.com.
If you're looking for a luxurious and elegant place to stay in the Pocono Mountains, look no further than the Swiftwater. Opening soon and now accepting reservations. Today we wanted to take you for a little behind-the-scenes tour of what's to come.
It's perfect for the area, and it's exactly what the area needs.
High-end finishes, high-touch service, and high expectations for the Swiftwater. Managing partner Dante Trapasso gives us a sneak peek inside, beginning with the Grand's lobby. Grand in every sense of the word.
Wonderful 10-foot fireplace, 10-foot chandelier. Your check-in area will be over here.
It's really just a spectacular entrance. When you come in, you're just going to be wowed.
A few steps away, the breakfast and cocktail lounge is also taking shape.
So you'll be able to unwind with a martini experience, which will be olives from around the world in this beautiful bar we built.
There's also a swim-in, swim-out pool heated to 90 degrees year-round.
You swim out there in the middle of winter, it'll be snowing, and it kind of has that like Vail Breckenridge feel to it.
The Trapasso family saw the need for an upscale hotel in the heart of the Pocono Mountains, close to slides, skiing, shopping, small towns, and other main attractions. While Dante handles operations, his mom Charlie led the design, and his father Vincent oversees construction. A covered walkway connects the Swiftwater to sister property Dasaki. The one-of-a-kind sushi and hibachi experience fit for the whole family. Overnight guests can also get Dasaki delivered.
I love this place. I love the Pocono Mountains. It is my home. I aim to stay here, and I think this area, I know, is such a viable destination.
The Swiftwater features 100 rooms, including a concierge level and plunge pool suites. The attention to detail is evident in every room, with extra soundproofing, high water pressure, lightning-fast Wi-Fi, luxury Italian linens, and custom-made mattresses.
Each and every piece was thoughtfully picked out to, again, highlight the Poconos, keep it authentic, but still be contemporary, still be modern.
A 40-seat meeting room is also under construction, designed to combine business and pleasure.
Where you can kind of go and escape the confines of the boardroom and do a obstacle course, a ropes course by day, and then by night have a meeting and cocktail reception hour. This room also opens up into our back patio area, which will have radiant heat. This whole wall will have ivy growing up it to kind of give that secluded garden feel. The fire pit there where that stake is, that will be a 6-foot fire pit.
The Swiftwater is partnering with local businesses to offer customized packages and curated experiences by season. The concierge team can plan and arrange personalized itineraries, giving guests the perfect Pocono outing.
The idea here is contrary to other models. We encourage guests to go out into the community. We want them to go and explore the Pocono Mountains, but then when they get to the property, just feel pampered beyond belief.
Speaking of local, the nature-inspired wallpaper in each room was designed by a local artist. Custom soaps in the bathrooms, created by Pocono Soap in Stroudsburg. Specialty coffee supplied by Mocha Origins. And area eateries, such as Pocono Organics, will be on full display in the breakfast lounge.
We aim to leverage our relationships and to highlight partners in our community and have a rising tide lifts all boats mentality, where we want to bring awareness to the Pocono Mountains as a viable luxury destination. There are so many wonderful things to do here, so many awesome activities, and so much beauty in the area that we want to show it off.
Reservations are now being accepted for May 1st, 2024 and beyond. Stay up to date at theswiftwater.com. With the Pocono Television Network, I'm Brianna Strunk.
Find out how this area right in front of this massive landmark in the Pocono Mountains is about to be transformed to mark a major milestone in our country's history. Still to come on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
Plus, we're exploring another small town in the Poconos. Come along for a day in Milford.
People ask us, why do you come to the mountains?
To bring my office to the mountains.
And you can find it less crowded.
Because it takes less time getting to the mountain. It's always better when you stay over.
Find anything and everything to do.
Finally, you can make more of our mountains if you stay over.
Wow, that's a lot of reasons. Find those reasons on PoconoMountains.com.
How do we help people vacation on a budget?
Midweek deals.
Yeah, all the same things you get on the weekend, maybe more.
Midweek deals.
Monday through Friday, not as many people around, easy drive, no airfare.
Midweek deals. No promo codes and it's easy to book.
How'd you know?
Know what?
Midweek deals!
Oh yeah, midweek deals.
Check out PoconoMountains.com/offers. Nature is our neighbor. Make it yours.
Our mountains are calling. Will you come?
Visit us at PoconoMountains.com.
Hi, it's Jim Hamill, and we are in Hawley. Behind me right here, the Hawley Silk Mill, which is well over a century old, and it's one of the largest bluestone structures anywhere. It certainly has a lot of history to it, part of the American story, if you will. So now there will be a bronze bell dedicated here later this year in 2024 to mark the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States and the history here at the Silk Mill. And as they say, if you build it, they will come. From overhead, the Hawley Silk Mill is impressive. Built in 1880, a textile factory powered by the powerful Pawpack Falls and by the countless hands of immigrant laborers, women and children, integral to the American story.
I think it was essentially the male immigrant husbands working on the construction of the mills and the transportation, and it was the women and children that worked inside the mills, and not always under the best conditions, but the amount of output and manufacturing that occurred here with that largely immigrant labor fed a good chunk of New York City's elite with textiles, with glass, and for us to be the one to tell that story properly, it's quite an honor and a privilege.
So America 250 PA is proud of the solid foundation that we have laid statewide.
The announcement brought out a lot of dignitaries. This historic site, picked to be the future home of one of a handful of bronze Liberty Bell replicas across the entire state, America 250 PA is spearheading the 2026 year-long celebration for the 250th.
So these bells are bronze permanent bells, and each bell is specific with an inscription specific to that historic site. And as we mentioned, these are really being utilized to tell those stories, but they will be here for generations to come.
This artist's rendering depicts what the entrance to the Hawley Silk Mill and adjacent Cocoon Coffee House and Bakery will look like by the end of 2024. A tribute to the sacrifices made by so many in the former Belmont, now Hawley Silk Mill.
To be one of the sites selected, is definitely an honor. And looking forward, the two biggest things that will come out of this is it is yet another tourism opportunity for people to come visit and learn about our heritage. And also, it will be a storytelling exercise for what really happened here 125 years ago.
Nowadays, shops and salons, an art gallery and fitness center fill the mill. There's a brewery too, and Lackawanna College's Lake Region campus, plus professional offices, all situated within a short drive to Lake Wallenpaupack, and various Settlers Hospitality properties, including Settlers Inn, Silver Birches, and the nearby Ledges Hotel, offering one more reason to visit and learn from history with a Semiquincentennial bell.
So America 250 PA is thrilled at the opportunity for tourism across the Commonwealth, here in regions like the Poconos. And we see all of the different programs and projects that we have, especially, again, this one here as an opportunity not only to really educate folks regionally or across the Commonwealth, but nationally, internationally.
In order to make this bell a reality, roughly $400,000 has to be raised to complete the project. The Wayne County Community Foundation is helping to reach that goal, all in an effort to put the Hawley Silk Mill and its important American history on the map even more so.
In essence, this will be a point of interest that will be on every museum and every GPS thing to do along Route 6 and here in the Pocono Mountains. But it will give us a nice excuse to celebrate the installation with hundreds of people this year, and then be one of the official sites to celebrate July of 26 with thousands of people. And it'll be a nice little economic boost, and then it'll be here forever.
To learn more about the bronze bell at the Silk Mill in Hawley, go to waynefoundation.org and look for a link to donate. Jim Hamill for the Pocono Television Network.
Deanna, since you enjoyed Jim Thorpe so much, I just thought we'd take another little road trip.
Oh, I'm excited. Where to this time?
Well, Milford, PA, which is one of the best little small towns in America, and we'd like all of you to join us.
Milford is really going through a renaissance.
You know, it really is, and it's a wonderful small town with a great big city vibe.
Yeah.
Situated in the upper Delaware River area, Milford was established in 1796, so it's been around, which gives it its quaintness.
This small Victorian town is full of amazing restaurants, shops, scenic beauty. It's safe, quiet, and peaceful.
You know, all this walking and talking, it's getting me to be really hungry. And I know a great place we can go.
Where?
The Dimmock Inn.
The pizza?
The pizza.
Let's go.
We're doing about 250 a night. You ready to go?
I think so. All right, show me what to do. All right.
Here. Get it flatten out, get all the air out.
Ah,
Push with your
and I
left
poked
hand.
a hole right through
Push
it.
with your left hand. Sauce, go right in the middle. Around, around, around.
250 of these a night? I don't think I can do it.
A little shake and you're good. That's all.
So, Chris, our friends here at the Dimmock let me try to make a pizza today. Which one do you think is mine?
This isn't a trick question. That one.
Yeah, I tried my best. Let's try it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. It looks really good. That was really a great meal, wasn't it?
It really was. And I think now would be a great time for a walk.
I bet I know where that walk will lead.
Earthly treasures?
Earthly treasures.
If you love a metaphysical shop, this is the place. Crystals, incense, jewelry, candles, and they even have readers on the weekends. It is absolutely unique.
You know, Dee, Milford has great stories to tell, like great towers, and it's
Yeah.
exceptional.
I've heard about this place, and I heard they give amazing educational tours. We should take one.
I never thought you'd ask.
So let's go.
The estate, built on nearly 100 acres, is an important symbol of historic importance and worth visiting. Gifford Pinchot lived here and was an important figure in the American conservation movement. As the first chief of the U.S. Forest Service, Pinchot tripled the nation's forest reserves, protecting their long-term health for both conservation and recreational use, which we all enjoy today.
Chris, we really need to tell people about the beauty that surrounds Milford.
Especially if we just visited the beautiful Gray Towers.
You can hike, bike, camp, and canoe, or check out the beautiful falls.
I was hoping we could go to one of my favorite places.
The Tom Quick Inn.
We do think alike. I love the Tom Quick Inn for the menu as well as the ambiance.
All this walking today.
And shopping.
It's making me think about dinner.
Well, there's a lot of great places in Milford to go for dinner. We could go to the Dimmock Inn, Tom Quick, the Apple Valley Restaurant, or
the Delmonico room at the Hotel Pocher.
The Delmonico room at the Hotel Pocher.
The Hotel Pocher is a beautiful boutique hotel and restaurant that was built in the 1870s. Many celebrities, heads of state, and actors have graced its halls.
Recently restored in a European-style boutique, the rooms are beautiful, and the food in the Delmonico room is second to none.
And the Jive Bar and Lounge is a hip place to have an evening cocktail. Milford is an easy drive for a day adventure or stay overnight. There's lots to do here.
And the Pocono Mountains are only a short drive from New York City, Philadelphia, or central Pennsylvania.
You can find all you need to know about adventures you can have in the Poconos at PoconoMountains.com. We'll see you next time on the Pocono Television Network.
Time to eat.
Let's dig in.
Oh, this meal is amazing.
The stage is set for a lot of live music all throughout the Pocono Mountains, including here at the historic Sherman Theater. Find out more about all the acts coming to various different live music venues right here in the Poconos, coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
And history and hospitality. Hear from the sisters behind the French Manor Inn and Spa, one of the most respected properties in the Poconos.
It's here! For real! It's St. Luke's Children's Hospital, ready to help all kids. They're keeping kids healthy, fixing us up, making us feel better, helping kids be the best they can be, because it's about us. The kids! It's St. Luke's Children's Hospital!
St. Luke's Children's Hospital is helping kids with everything, from routine checkups to specialized care.
It's here! It's great! Yeah!
For a warm welcome and refreshing wine, Three Hammers Winery really delivers.
The hops in 2nd District Brew Farm are grown right here.
Bright Path Brewing is a small-town craft brewery with a big flavor. Your trail awaits you. Make it whatever you want. Wineries, breweries, or distilleries.
I've always wanted to craft a trail.
Of course you do. Visit PoconoBeverageTrail.com.
You're watching PTN, the Pocono Television Network.
Hey everyone, it's Jim Hamill, and we are getting tuned up for a great season of live music right here in the Pocono Mountains. Yes, it is just springtime almost, but there's tons of live acts, all planned at various venues all throughout the Pocono Mountains, including here at the historic Sherman Theater in downtown Stroudsburg. This place opened back in 1929, so it's been around for about 100 years. And so we wanted to talk to the folks here on the front lines who are bringing in all these nationally touring acts. Then we're going to get to Pocono Showcase, and then a lot of other venues all throughout the 4 counties of the Pocono Mountains. So let's check in with Dan. He's the guy who brings in these acts, and he manages this historic venue right here in the Poconos. And let me tell you, he's very Pocono proud about the Sherman. Dan, thanks for joining us here. This has got to be a fun job for you. Tell us what it entails.
It's an awesome job. I mean, I've been here since 2016, so I spent a good amount of time here. It's a great place to work. We do some of the greatest shows in this area in Pennsylvania. But one of my favorite parts is definitely the community aspect. We're a nonprofit, so a lot of the decision making comes down to what's best for the community. What does the community want to see?
It's such a cool thing to be able to see nationally touring acts right here in the Pocono Mountains, right at the Sherman Theater, and for the right price too, because here you guys can really be affordable, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. That's, you know, it's such a cool thing, because like we're Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, right? You know, I mean, to us, it's amazing, but to other people, it's just Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. So to be able to bring these caliber of artists here for the community, it's something special, that's for sure.
Dan with the Sherman Theater, come check them out online, shermantheater.com. We did also want to tell you about a show that you don't have to come to the theater to see. We've got Pocono Showcase for you, and we were here recording 2 segments for Pocono Showcase on PTN and locally Blue Ridge Cable. There we had Soul Katana here performing on the Sherman Theater stage. That'll be in an upcoming episode of that Pocono Showcase on PTN and Blue Ridge Cable, like I mentioned. It'll be part of the Pocono Mountains Magazine episode coming up later this year as well. And so Pocono Showcase is a little bit of a opportunity for us to feature a lot of those local bands that Dan was talking about here, who perform in the Pocono Mountains, who really have a following here in some of the live music venues that we're about to talk about here. And so you can watch for future episodes on PTN. It's hosted by Gary C. of Poco 103 right here in the Pocono Mountains. Lots of fun there with Pocono Showcase. So that plays on PTN, streaming live, on demand, etc. Now for some other Poconos live music, including Penn's Peak, a mountaintop venue near Jim Thorpe overlooking Beltsville Lake. It has roadies for eats and drinks, and upcoming this season, Diamond Rio. On March 23rd at 8 p.m., Todd Rundgren. April 27th, also 8 p.m., and the Happy Together Tour 2024. The Turtles, the Association, Badfinger, all those psychedelics, Thursday, June 13th. You can find out more at penspeak.com. Another venue I've had the pleasure of visiting in its short time, Harmony in the Woods in Hawley. Now in its 3rd season. It's an outdoor venue. That's why it's called Harmony in the Woods. It's hosted international acts in previous seasons with wide-ranging genres, and that lineup announcement coming in April. Of course, Mount Airy Casino Resort has some great shows on tap, including April 6th, 80s icon Tiffany, and the R&B group All for One. Tickets are on sale now, and there's more shows coming up this year at Mount Airy Casino Resort, including Marshall Tucker Band and the Pop 2000 Tour. Head to mountairycasino.com for more. Roots and Rhythm is back in downtown Honesdale, the free concert in Central Park. That's happening June 15th. Find out more at honesdalerootsanrhythm.com. Poconos Park, another renewed outdoor amphitheater in Bushkill, the former Mountain Laurel Center for the Performing Arts. That is hosting, for the second year in a row, Lost Highway Motorcycle Show and Concert, headlined by Oliver Anthony, May 17th to the 19th, in its second year now. And the Totally Tubular Festival, a journey to the 80s with Thomas Dolby, Modern English, Men Without Hats, The Romantics, Bow Wow Wow, and Tommy Two-Tone. That's on July 20th. Don't forget about the Elements Music and Arts Festival, back again at the Pocono Raceway. 3 days of electronic dance music. That's August 9th through the 11th. That lineup just announced. Come on out to the Sherman Theater. It's a great place to find some live music. There's a lot of other places throughout the Pocono Mountains to find it. You can head to our website, poconomountains.com/events. You can find out all the things happening all throughout the Poconos every season of the year. This is Jim Hamill for Pocono Television Network here on Final Fridays Live. Thanks for watching here on PTN. Have a good one, everyone. Still to come on Pocono Mountains Magazine, meet the sisters who help run this historic French manor inn and spa right here in the Pocono Mountains, and some of the unique stories they have to tell about their family's legacy right here in the Pocono Mountains.
At East Stroudsburg University, you will study with cutting-edge technology. You can perform in the classroom, field, or stage. You'll get involved on campus and off. You can have fun preparing for your future.
Mom, this is for you. A vacation is for the whole family, even you, Mom. And the time with your family becomes a great memory. Now you can go on vacation the same time your family does. A vacation in the Pocono Mountains means you can't wait until tomorrow. A Pocono Mountains vacation can be a special kind of mom's therapy too. Visit PoconoMountains.com.
Jenny Reese, Bridget Weber, French Manor, female-owned business. One question I have to ask is, it is called the French Manor, but we're in the Pocono Mountains. So how did this all happen?
Oh, right. So the French Manor was always called the French Manor. So back in the 1930s, when Joseph Hirshhorn owned the property, it was a 500-acre estate, and he built this beautiful mansion house and outbuildings and whatnot as an escape for his family. They called it Huckleberry Hill Farm back then.
The house was fashioned after a castle in Hirshhorn's family lineage that was in the southern France in the Provence region. So it was designed to replicate that castle. That's where the name French Manor came. So it was on Huckleberry Hill, but then it took on that name.
Right.
Who was he? Why did he find the Poconos here?
So he was from New York. He lived in New York City, and he made his millions mining uranium back in the 30s. He was also big into the stock market and whatnot. So he built this property in the height of the Depression, actually, and that's where his family would come for summer vacations and things like that. So it was always a happy place to escape and enjoy the mountains and the views and whatnot from up top of Huckleberry Hill here.
So how long did that family own the property?
It was completed in 1937, and then he owned it probably till about the 1950s, early 1950s, when Samuel Kress owned it. He purchased it as another estate retreat for his family as well. His biggest claim to fame was the Kress 5 and Dime stores, so that's where he started his millions, I guess, back then.
So he made his millions.
He was also alumna from Bucknell, and he wound up willing the property to Bucknell University. So that's where this property went to next. The Manor House and the Carriage House were the two original buildings that stayed with the French Manor parcel, if you will. Then after time, the Baelishes were the ones that purchased the French Manor property and opened it up as a bed and breakfast. And that's when the name, the French Manor, came.
So they named it the French Manor?
They did. Mm-hmm.
Where we're at right now is the main dining room for the French Manor, correct? And what's served in this dining room?
Well, this was originally the great room. They used it for dining as well as just gathering in front of the fireplaces. Everything in this room is pretty much original. The floors, the fireplaces, the bookcases, all the Pecky cypress paneling.
Did the Cresses make any large changes from when after they bought it from the Hirshhorns?
They did add to the terrace. The original terrace didn't have the big staircase and the grand staircase in the front. So when you see some of the pictures, original pictures from our blog or whatnot, you may see that was just all stone wall. So that was an addition. The two side steps were original when Hirshhorn had it.
To get back to both of you operating this business, female-owned business, and Jenny, your family, and Bridget, your family has a huge history in hospitality. Can you talk a little bit about your history here in hospitality and to get you kind of to where you are, both of you are at the French Manor now?
Sure, well, I'll have to jump back a little bit. My parents both grew up in this general area. My mom is from Forest City, my dad was from Oliphant. They met during one of their summer jobs at Bushkill Falls. My mom worked in the coffee shop, and my dad was working in the front office.
The Bushkill Falls?
So, yes.
The current Bushkill Falls?
Not the current Bushkill Falls. There was a Bushkill Falls Resort that is no longer there. This is back in the 50s. My dad eventually took a job at Manor Lodge and became their, he was the host with the most in the Poconos back in the heyday. He was their managing director there. We eventually moved to Downingtown outside of Philadelphia, where he was the director of the Downingtown Inn and their general manager. At this point, they now have 7 kids and enough people to buy their own place. So they found the Sterling Inn, which was right in the heart of the Poconos in 1981. And with a lot of help from some family and friends, really came up with a successful business at the Sterling Inn. There's 7 of us, so we all went off in different directions.
So are you the only two that were
We're the only two that stayed.
Okay.
So when I was in college, my dad called and said, can you come home for Christmas break? And we bought a castle on the top of the hill. We're going to open it up for New Year's. So I thought, well, what are we getting into? They bought some shack. We got to like clean rooms and get it ready for New Year's. And we came up here on top of the hill, and we were just flabbergasted.
He was only a couple miles away from the Sterling Inn, too. And
Bridget was in London at the time.
Oh, were
she
you?
eventually, she was finishing a degree in architecture. She actually graduated from Pittsburgh
Architectural
University.
studies, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, wow.
So came back, and my husband and I, Bill, were here at the time, and the two of us kind of joined forces and took over the Sterling Inn, helped bring the French Manor online. So we renovated the Carriage House into 2 suites, 2 rooms, combined some of the rooms in here into 5 rooms, and that's where we started. So that was in '90 that my parents bought the French Manor.
So in '90, was it operating as a bed and breakfast, or was it?
It was. The Baelishes had it for about 2 to 3 years. Unfortunately, Mr. Baelish had passed, and she just wasn't interested in running it by herself. She wanted to sell it and move to Florida, and that's where we stepped in and kind of took over.
So Bridget, you were in architecture school in London.
I think at that time I was just living in London because I graduated from Pitt and wound up moving to London.
So you must have loved coming back here to this property with studying abroad the history of architecture, the Romanesque style. So you must have loved coming back to this.
Oh yeah, this was fantastic. This was just a dream, and then having to help with the renovations and additions and things like that.
Fit.
That
because
was
Bridget had the the architecture and that eye and how to do improvements historically and keep with the fit of the building. I finished my degree, so I have a degree in French and a minor in education and music. So you combine both of our talents and with the hospitality background, and we make a pretty good team.
So I think what's really cool too is we need to mention this. This is a 4-diamond property.
Correct.
All around. So the dining room, it's 4-diamond, and there's so many 4-diamond properties here, but this is, I think, so unique. So all the sleeping rooms, the spa itself, and they're all 4-diamond.
Correct.
So the whole property's all 4-diamond.
We do receive 2 4-diamond awards. We receive it for the restaurant and for the lodging.
So from 1990, how did the French Manor change to where we are today?
Well, the French Manor was just 2 buildings when we bought it. It was the original castle building that we're in now and the carriage house. So we did some renovations on both of those buildings. In 1999, we added what we call La Maisonneuve, which means the new building. So it was 6 suites built right onto the side of the mountain, all with 25-mile views. Right, La Maisonneuve, and they're all French-themed rooms, like the Chambord Suite, Orléans, Marseille. 10 years after that, 2009, we had added the spa building. So we started the planning of that in 2007, which was a little scary because we were in the middle of a recession, and it started with we were going to add a pool. It turned into a whole spa building with 5 new suites, and we've just been so happy ever since adding that we added the spa to the business.
Adding the spa put us in a whole other market. So it wasn't just a bed and breakfast anymore. We were a luxury spa retreat with a 4-diamond restaurant. So we wanted to add additional amenities for our guests here on property. So the idea of adding the pool and the hot tub, that was a big reason for adding that spa building. But then Jenny and I thought, at that time we needed to, people were coming here for a nice romantic getaway, relaxing getaway, and what better amenity than a spa on properties.
We actually are in the midst of adding a hardscaping project to the front of the spa building with a French-style fireplace that'll roar through the winter. It'll have a sunken-in hot tub, fire pit area, heated paving stones, a little pavilion, so that we can just sort of add on to that spa experience. We also, last year, partnered with the Jam Room Brewing Company, and we're running Soundbites Restaurant out of the Jam Room Brewing Company as well. So we've expanded the restaurant.
I know that today there's a real emphasis on self-care, relaxation, rehabilitation. Have you seen that as like a guest change, or do you think it's always been there?
So people come, they enjoy it. The staff here is like family. They treat our guests like family. It's really our biggest asset, is just our fabulous staff. We have an excellent chef team, the innkeepers, the housekeepers. I mean, they all take it very personally. The guests know them by name, and that really helps our business model. And we feel that, we treat the staff like family, because the better we treat the staff, the better they treat our guests, the better our guests treat us, and it always comes full circle.
And that's kind of your family philosophy. Bridget, where do you think the Pocono Mountains will be 30 years from now? What, in your heart of hearts, where do you see that?
Well, I hope it's still going to be that natural, beautiful setting for guests to escape to outside of the metropolitan area. I hope that the traditional properties continue to improve upon their services and move with the times and what guests are looking for. That's what I hope. We don't want to lose that natural setting that we have in this beautiful Northeast Pennsylvania.
Jenny, where do you think we'll be in 30 years?
I think in 30 years, we should still be positioned in a really green space for travelers, and I do think that it's up to the businesses in our area to ensure that we move in that direction. We keep some of the green spaces, continue to reinvest and reinvent our properties, but still keeping with hospitality. Because I think As AI becomes more and more prevalent, people are still going to seek that personal connection, and you won't find it everywhere. So to have an area like the Pocono Mountains to kind of escape reality and get back to your roots, I think that we'll still have that in 30 years and 60.
A very big cheers to the folks at French Manor. They are amazing folks right there. Jenny and Bridget both, a family with legacy of hospitality right here in the Pocono Mountains. And I can attest to this, ladies, my wife loves going.
So do I. I had the opportunity to get a massage there and use their spa amenities, and it was amazing.
I'll have to check that out. And you know what else we have to check out? The big St. Patrick's Parades right here in downtown Stroudsburg this month, and the first ever over in Milford. You can find more information on PoconoMountains.com/events.
Thanks for watching Pocono Mountains Magazine.
We'll see you next month.
First, I think we need some refills.
Well, you're beating us, but
Yeah,
it's fine.
we're getting there. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Here we go.
We sell PTN.
Cable?
Broadcast. Newspaper.
Streaming?
Streaming, yeah. You can't stream a vacation, but you can stream PTN to plan a great one.
You're watching PTN, the Pocono Television Network.
What is great is new, epically new.
And big.
How big is it?
Big, big, big.
Epic from the start. You will be wowed, believe me.
Wined and dined or soda and dined. They can do both.
How about a villa for the family?
Whoa! Don't you just love it? It's epic!
The new Great Wolf Lodge in the Pocono Mountains. The latest epic addition to the water park capital of the world.
Go to PoconoMountains.com.